What's up, guys? This is my 2019 Thump 140. Had it for 2 years now. Figured I'd make a video. I don't really see too many videos on these bikes, and figured this would help the community a little bit. So it's a 2019 Thump 140, and so far it's pretty reliable. It's given me a very, very weird issue that I don't ever deal with on bikes, and for some odd reason the gas lines like melted, and that was like a real weird issue. So I had to get some different gas lines for it, and it was a very, very frustrating issue. But other than that, the only other issue I had was the rear rim. For some reason, when I got the bike, the spokes weren't adjusted, so I went along and did that. That definitely wasn't fun to do, but it's just something that I had to deal with. Other than that, the bike runs great. Usually starts first or second kick. This is like one of my main bikes I ride, just because it's the biggest pit bike I've got. So I would usually take this out up the mountains whenever I can. Just kind of stays up here at my grandma's house. And still has the original tires that it came with. They're not the best tires, but I guess considering it's a Chinese bike, these actually held up pretty decent for 2 years. So once they pop or they start getting real bald, I'll go ahead and change that. I really like the stock exhaust it comes with. I feel like it gives it a good idle and a low rev. I feel like its high rev is a little bit high pitched, but other than that, it's a pretty good sounding bike. I run pretty sure this is a 22 or a 24 millimeter carburetor. I didn't go with the 26 because it really makes first gear like unusable for some odd reason, and I just switched back. So that's why this carburetor has duct tape on it and stuff. It's a mess. I don't even feel like explaining it. If somebody really wants to know about it, let me know in the comments. But another issue was the chain that came on it. It was never snapped on me or anything, but it would just keep getting loose. Never really popped, but it would just get loose. Other than that, it's a pretty solid bike. I mean, I would probably go with a used Kel X140 instead of buying one of these brand new, but the overall sound it makes, the power it makes, it's a pretty reliable bike. I wouldn't really turn your heads from one of these if you see them for like a good deal on Marketplace. It's about a 180 pound bike, so it's somewhat heavy for a pit bike. It's a little bit thicker than your average pit bike too. It's I don't even know. It's just it's like a big body bike. I don't know if the other 140s from SSR are like that, but I know the TR models and all are pretty similar to this bike in reliability standards. This is just a slightly more expensive. I know the SSRs run for probably about like 14 to 16 at a dealership, and these run for about 2,200. I'm pretty sure that's either before taxes. All right, I'll show you guys riding it. I don't really go easy on this bike either. got the YX 140 motor. One day, possibly when I swap it out, I want to go to the Daytona 190. I feel like that would make this bike a lot better. Might even upgrade the wheels possibly, but I might just leave them too, just to have that smaller size with a faster engine. The suspension's really good too. I like its suspension. It kind of feels almost like a Japanese bike, but it's not, unfortunately. I don't know if the stators go bad on these bikes like the SSRs or not. So if that doesn't happen, then it might be a pretty decent option. But with the rim situation and gas lines just melting away when they came like that from the factory, it's a little bit fishy, And thank God that didn't happen to me when I was riding. It seemed like every time before I took out the bike, it happened twice, and it didn't ruin my riding day or anything, but it was just like, damn. So let me know in the comments if you guys have any Thump Star 140s and had any weird issues with it. I'd really like to know, or let me know what type of problems I'm probably going to be dealing with. All the brakes still work, still starts first kick. That's really about it. Leave a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.